ago, and I'm working with an agency at the moment just on Meta. But yeah, interested in TikTok obviously because that's obviously where you get better CPMs. Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking? Okay, because you said that. Let me just present ourselves to you so you understand what we do. We're a full service agency. Okay, we're great at TikTok ads. We know all the other ad platforms. When we onboard new clients, we want to run all the stuff on all the platforms because we want to execute the best strategy for your business growth. Okay, so if you're just starting out, and based on your app, I think you are, right? You're doing under $10,000 a month. That's basically just starting, right?
Yep. Yeah.
It is honest to God.
I'm just turning my camera on.
Okay, yeah, for better. Right.
Sorry, I'm just I got bad internet. Yep.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, it might be tough to squeeze us in if you have other agencies working on other stuff right now. Okay. But let's explore. Let's see what's going on. Let me just have an understanding, and then we see where it takes us. Okay.
They're not actually working with me as such. They have just given me the tools and then I implement it. So I do all my own media buying, et cetera, because obviously
Okay. Well,
I'm at the phase where yeah.
Okay. Let me just ask you this. Like, what's your average monthly revenue in US dollars, please, if you know?
It's about 2K US.
Okay. 2K USD. And then what are you spending on ads?
Around about for an American, around about 1,800. So I'm just on that 1.1, just breaking even with Meta.
Okay. What's your average order value?
It would be 52 US.
Okay. And then what's your COGS on it? Like, what's the profit margins that you're working with when you're selling?
Oh, about 60 odd percent, depending on what we're selling. 60%. But that's a relative,
60%. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Do you have much proof of concept? Like, what's your lifetime sales at?
Yeah, so lifetime sales are around about 30K, and that's been over about 3 years. We've sort of mucked it around a little bit, or I mucked it around. I was with Wix and then realized I need to be on Shopify, and then I didn't have that set up right. I didn't have the pixel sorted, and just all that lazy stuff that you don't know when you're starting out. So I went to these guys in November last year, and they sort of helped me run something, and we did around about 5K NZD, which is 2.5 for the month.
Yep.
And then they're like, right, okay, now you know what to do, and you do it yourself. I've got another business that obviously has to feed this, so it's really busy over the summer. It's a couple of B&Bs, so then I sort of had to drop off that, and then we did another stretch in May, June, July, and that was really, really good. So that's our winter over here, obviously, because we're Southern Hemisphere, and that went well in Australia. And so I've just been hearing a lot about TikTok and that it goes really well now, because obviously our CPMs are really high with Meta.
Yes. This is who sign up the first contract, never ever come back. Why? Because they got no results.
Yep.
Right? And then the 15% who literally randomly by fluke, luck, chance stumbled on results, right, are all the shining case studies you see on the websites. Right? Now, I've worked with agencies like that. I know their business model. And because I'm in this world now, I know like the back end operations and all this. What they do there is they just try to go for volume. They sign as many people as possible to small monthly retainers, 2, 3K a month, whatever. Any business that's making any okay amount of money, let's say 30K plus, can afford 2 to 3K a month to test and see if it's going to work. Okay? They get on as many people as possible like that. But the thing is, they're trying to make profits off that $2,000 or $3,000 a month. Okay? I cannot pay a good team $2,000 to $3,000 a month and expect good work to deliver to you, and that's not taking into account any profits. Okay, they're trying to make profits off that retainer. So where does the work go to? $2 an hour Filipino virtual assistants, just working in the background, right? And then everyone's scratching their heads. Oh, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Right? That's why. Okay. Now with us, with Boom Boom Creatives, we do things differently because I hate that. Like that's not a real business. That's like a scam. That's like an ongoing scam. Okay. Yeah. We're boutique, quote unquote. Okay. And that we started last March. Okay. Like you see me, I'm the owner. I'm taking a call like this, like, right. Like I'm just confident about the stuff. Right. So, because I want you to judge me based on the stuff that I'm presenting, you not on like how I'm dressed. Okay. Like I have a dress shirt over there hanging. I never put it on. I just always do calls. And that's because right. Work out like this. So the thing is this, we only work with 13, 15 clients at a time, active clients. Okay. What that means is at this stage now, we have about 17, 20, something like that total clients. Active ones are the ones who I'm working on directly with my team. Okay, because we only have one team. It's the best team. It's the A team. Every single client who comes on, doesn't matter if you're doing 250K a month or you're doing under 10K like you get that team. That's who's working on your account. Okay, because we love to grow stores, and we can grow businesses and grow stores basically to any level that you want. Okay, assuming you qualify, right? And we just did that little qualification. What I'm looking for is high quality products. You said they are. Domestic inventory, which you said you have, and then you can get more from China. And I need at least 50% profit margins. And you say you have 60. Okay, so you check off all the boxes. So if you want to work with us, we can actually really grow you. Okay. Now, what else? I mean, I got lost there. I got to tell you what we do and all this and build all this stuff. But what's the relevance here that I was talking about was that. Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I was going to say this. With the way we do things, I'm looking for long-term growth partners. Okay, so the initial engagement when you start off with us is just proof of concept of us to you. It's like, hey, these guys are good. They've grown my business. They've made me money. They know what they're doing. I want to work with them long-term. And then I'm looking to partner up long-term, right, and grow your business to the next level. So in opposition to that 85% churn rate average agency has, we have like a 90% plus retention rate. I don't know what it is exactly. Sometimes people drop off because of inventory issues, or they want to take stuff internally, which is totally fine by me, right? But basically all the clients we sign on stay with us because we've made the money and we've shown them how to grow. Okay? So, with all that said, the way this call is going to go, and I already did the little screening so you match, is I got to screen you first and make sure you match. That's good. Next up, I'll explain all the systems that we build out for you, all the stuff that you would get, all the things that we would do, so you understand it from a logical perspective. Okay. Now, this is very good that you actually mentioned media buying, that you're doing it and you have to do it and all this, because you understand that. So when I talk about this sort of stuff, it'll click for you much better than somebody who doesn't have that experience. Okay.
Yeah.
Then basically at the end, if you're like, yeah, it sounds good, let's work together. My process from like a logistics standpoint is this. I'll take some initial refundable deposit. That's just sign of good faith on your side that you're serious and you are in and you are interested. It also helps me because it drafts the contract automatically. Contract's there for your protection. It shows all the stuff that we talked about on the call, list it all out. I send it over. I sign it right away. As soon as it's good by you, if you want any changes, just tell me. That's no problem, right? Because it's for you. But people are generally good with it. So as soon as you sign it and the document's complete, you get an auto email to book your onboarding call with my business partner, Phil. Okay? When people commit to us, we like to move fast. So let's say this whole process we finished today. You can book that call as soon as tomorrow because speed wins in business. And like this is the initial step. We got to, best foot forward from everybody. That's what we're after. Does that make sense? Is that all cool? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you this. You said that, your ceiling right now, you get to 20K a month, selling to Australia and New Zealand market. What do you want to get to? Like when when you have your supply chain in order and when you understand that, if you put more ad spend in, you get more revenue in, what do you want to get to? What's your goal right now?
Well, sky's the limit. But actually, my main customer is in the US, so that's why I was interested in talking to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're selling.
The US is our market. Yeah.
Okay.
So I haven't sold over there yet, obviously, because I don't. We're selling from here, but yeah, that's where our market is. Yeah.
Okay. So we'd scale to what, about 20K USD there, and then we can take on inventory, bring it to the States, get you into a 3PL, and then just distribute there and go in the United States market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And then there's no limit. Okay. Cool. So, okay, you say you're running the Meta ads right now yourself?
Yes.
Okay, and they're just, you're losing money on them.
They're just, pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've got plenty of stock here at the moment, so I'm just looking through that and getting some, getting metrics, right, so that Facebook know who we are and, all that stuff.
Okay. And are you doing anything on Google or any other ad platform?
Not really, no, because it's the same sort of thing where you just end up doing too much and you don't do it right. So it's like I'll just concentrate on one thing.
Okay. Did I send that? I don't think I even did. Did I send over the video to you on WhatsApp? I did. Did you see that?
Yes,
message?
you did. I've seen it. Yeah.
Did you see that video before the call about how we make the ads? Okay.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you? Was that all clear? Do you have any questions about that?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, it's all good.
Okay. So overall, on a high level, we do three things. First is ad ideation creation. Second is ads delivery. This is the media buying strategy, right? And this includes like what platform we're going to run your ads on, how we're going to run them, all this long-term strategy. Okay.
Yeah.
And third is post-click optimization, which this is just everything that we can come in and fix up right away to get you increases in revenue and profits off your existing traffic. Now, your existing traffic is not very high, right? So you're not going to see a huge uplift here. But doing this builds the systems for when we run traffic to it. Okay. And for post-click optimization, there's 3 main elements involved, which is 1, increasing your conversion rate; 2, increasing your average order value; 3, increasing your lifetime value of customers. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just talk about this quickly. So I put the numbers behind it, and then I'll do a screen share and show you how it actually looks like in practice. But for conversion rate, do you know your current conversion rate off cold traffic?
It's about on the website. You meaning?
Shopify. Yep.
Yeah. It's about 0.85, 0.86.
Okay. 1 sec. 0.85 for. Okay, so right away we can increase that because you're not selling a high ticket product. That'll be okay if you're doing like $200, $300. But what we're aiming for on cold, and your site doesn't look bad, right? I looked at it. So what we're aiming for on cold traffic is between 1 and 2%. Okay.
Yeah.
So right away, let's say if we double it to 1.6, that's right in that range, right? You'd have, like realistically, if we double that with your existing traffic, you'd have $4,000 off 1,500 ad spend, so $3,000, right? That's a real thing. Okay. But that's the first thing we gotta do. Is put in trust. Like I'll show you what a landing page looks like that we made, and I'll even if you don't work with us, take what I show you to heart and apply it, and you will have that boost. Okay, you'll increase your conversion rate. Okay, but that's always the lowest hanging fruit for us. So off cold traffic, we aim between 1 and 2%, and that's just standard across the board, nothing fancy, just like expect. Right, it's not like an outlier, huge outlier. Warm traffic on the same page should be 5 to 7%. Okay, because warm people have buying intent, they're coming in and knowing your stuff, like your repeat customer, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So that's the first uplift that we can do is in the conversion rate. Second is the average order value, but let me talk about third, which is the lifetime value. So do you have email set up? And if so, just first tell me, do you have email set up on your website?
Yeah, maybe
Okay. What percentage of monthly revenue do the flows bring in?
No, I don't do any. The only flows I've got is just around sales at the moment. So that's just another aspect that I've got to work on. So
let me tell you about email then. Okay, with email, there's you can do campaigns, which is active work, and you can do flows. Which set up once and they just run automatically forever. Okay. On this initial engagement, we just do the flows because the active campaign requires active work, and if you're doing under 10K or if you're doing over 100K, it's the same amount of active work. So where it makes sense for us to put that energy in is when you've crossed about 30, 50K a month for the campaigns. Okay.
Gotcha.
But for the flows, these are very important because the flows by themselves, there's 4 core flows, okay? And when they're set up properly and they're just left to run, they should bring in between 15 and 20% of monthly store revenue for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, that's just money you're leaving on the table. What those four flows are, one is customer VIP intro. So they enter their email, they get a welcome email from you telling them about the brand, making them feel special. Maybe you ask for their birthday so you can send a coupon on their birthday. Okay.
Nice.
Number 2 is browse abandonment. Okay, so after someone put their email in, they're browsing your site, they never get to checkout, they're just looking around and they quit, right? Capture them there. Number 3 is abandoned cart. Okay, this one's obvious. I hope you have this one at least. Okay, abandoned cart.
I do have this one. Yeah, I do have this one.
But then the 4th one is customer win back. Okay, that's anyone who's made a purchase is put into a drip sequence to buy something else somewhere further down the line. Make sense?
Yeah, I've got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So when these are set up properly, right? Because you can have improper setup, not efficient setup, right? If you have like the abandoned cart, it might not be very good. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it might be, might not be. Those 4 core flows should bring in 15, 20% of your store revenue per each month. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that we want to build out for you. Okay. This is for lifetime value. Now, for average order value, we can do many things on the average order value on the front end, so like bundles and, you push people different offers and all that before they buy. Yeah. But the biggest lever we can pull is implementing a proper post-purchase upsell sequence. Okay. What a post-purchase upsell is and even if it's worth explaining, so we're on the same page. Okay. So with paid traffic, somebody clicks an ad, they go to your site, they add to cart, they go to checkout. They initiate checkout, right? They put their information in. They put their card in. They press buy now, and the card gets charged. When the card gets charged, you've paid the whole acquisition cost for that customer, whatever it may be, okay? Which means that everything that happens afterwards is literally pure free profit for you, okay? So what a post-purchase upsell is a pop-up that comes up after the card's been charged, before they see the receipt, and it says, hey, do you want to buy this other great thing at this great deal? Yes or no? If they click yes, it's auto charged, completely frictionless, and off they go. If they click no, you can have another offer. Even if they click yes, you can have a second offer. or a third or a fourth or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, post-purchase upsell, when it's set up properly, is the same thing. It should bring in at least 15 to 20% of store revenue for you every single month. Okay? So 15 and 20% off post-purchase, 15 and 20% off the core 4 flows equals 30 to 40% of monthly store revenue that, if you don't set that up, just doesn't exist. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, again, these are not like pie in the sky, super amazing numbers. These are just standard, kind of, even for me, like saying them, like they're just boring numbers across the board. This is just what they are. Okay?
Yeah.
On emails, for example, if you have lots of SKUs, right, lots of different products, like if you're an apparel brand or something, and we really go in on the active campaigns, then the flows plus the active campaigns can make up 35 to 40% of your monthly revenue just from email.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a high number. Okay, this 15, 20% is just standard across the board. But
Yeah.
this is what I mean when I say, like, we build systems around the product that you're selling, around your brand, to actually be able to run ads profitably, right? Because right now you're not profitable, you're at a loss. You obviously shouldn't even be running them, right? But okay, does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. Then for conversion optimization, I'll do a screen share towards, like, later on, and I'll show you all the stuff that you can implement, that you should implement to increase it, because your site does not look bad, but there are these missing elements that if you put them in place, you'll have higher revenue from the traffic coming in. Okay. Now, for the first part, ad creation ideation, right? You say you watched that video, it makes sense. Let me just touch on it because it's important for the whole testing strategy for running paid ads. Okay. Basically, it's this. When you create ads like that, what you're getting is, like, you're applying the scientific method as much as possible to a creative endeavor, right? Which is a little bit of an oxymoron, but that's really what it is. Because when you have the underlying ad structure that resonates with your customer avatar, you can make unlimited ads, right?
Yeah.
Like, because we're searching not for the high-level ad, not like this ad works, right? We're searching for the underlying structure. What does that functioning ad consist of, right? What are the constituent individual pieces that then we can replicate and make more ads out of?
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what we're always looking at, underlying structure. So let's say for you, very simple example. Let's say the winning underlying structure is you have a winning hook, first 3 seconds, winning call to action, last couple seconds, and sandwiched in the middle are 3 elements like product intro, product benefit, customer testimonial. That's it. Simplest thing, right off the top of my head. Okay?
Yeah.
We go out and storyboard 5 different scenes for each of those. So 5 different product intros, 5 different product benefits, 5 different customer testimonials. And we send this to 3 of our creators. Okay? And they film that.
Yep.
That means we have 15 clips for product info. We have 15 clips for product benefits. We have 15 clips for customer testimonial.
Yeah.
For that one ad, that then means we have 15 times 15 times 15, which is 15 to the power of 3, which is like 3,300, something like that.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
3,300 permutations of that one winning ad. And here's the secret. The winning ads are always longer than just 3 elements. So if we even have a fourth one, right, and we storyboard 5 scenes and we send it to 2 creators, so we get 10 scenes for the fourth element, that's 33,000 ads that we have at our disposal to run with and play with and scale your store with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's just the kind of the power of how we create the ads, because inside the ads manager, you get very, very, very granular data about what's going on. Okay.
Sure.
And if you're not taking advantage of it, you're literally blind, right? You're blind and stumbling around in the dark, and you're hoping something works. You're just throwing stuff at the wall, hoping it sticks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you have a process like this in place, this allows you to constantly test and constantly get new winners. Okay. And that's actually a good segue into how we do ads, delivery, and media buying. Okay. So how that works is like this. Okay. Tell me, because we run ads traditionally either on TikTok, Google, Instagram, Facebook. Okay, so Meta. I just don't like how Meta sounds, so I'll use Facebook as a catch-all for Facebook and Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what you're interested in, because I will tell you right away.
I'm interested in TikTok because I feel like, I don't know what's happening over there, but I feel like, they're just the time on Facebook happened, 2 or 3 years ago, and now TikTok's
taking off on TikTok. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So then. Okay, so you want us to run ads just on TikTok and Google.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why Google also, but Meta we leave alone and we just run ads on TikTok and Google. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So let me talk about TikTok then. Okay. So TikTok as a platform values two things for their organic content, for the paid ads, content for everything. Okay, it's originality and novelty. They sound similar, but they're a little bit different. Okay, originality means it's content that's never been seen online before, so freshly filmed footage. Okay, novelty means something new to the platform, which means that the best performing ad on TikTok, after 3 or 4 weeks, literally falls off a cliff and dies.
Right.
Doesn't work anymore because it's no longer novel, right? It's no longer something new. How we get around that is, like I said, we have the underlying ad structure. We have, if one falls out, we have 2,000 whatever, 299, right? More to plug in next month. Okay. That's how we get around that. Now, TikTok is also really, really fucking good because it has really, really low cost per acquisition because it's high quality, low cost traffic, right? If you give us some access to Facebook, we can also run retargeting ads off the TikTok cold audience that we get there, and those ones will get you an enormous return on ad spend on Facebook, right? So whatever let's say you're running your Facebook ads. Let's say you have 2x ROAS, right, on your Facebook ads. You're running cold traffic conversion ads on Facebook, and you're getting 2x ROAS, right? So you're making a little bit of money. Okay. If we take the TikTok cold audience, collect all their data, and retarget them on Facebook, right, we might get 20x ROAS, right? It's literally like 10 to 15x your regular ROAS. Now, it's not it's very small, right? In terms of there's a small audience, you can only run it for so much, okay? But you get sky high return ad spend there, okay? The way I think of it is it's like a treasure chest, right? It fills up over time, right? As you collect the audience here on TikTok, and every once in a while you can open it, take all the loot, and run away, right? And then you have to wait for it to refill it. Okay, so it's just this it's consistent, but it's like sporadic injection of revenue into your business that you also get from TikTok original, but you get it from Facebook. Make sense? Okay, so that's what, and then we can also just tell you how to run it since you're doing the meta ads. In terms of a media buying strategy, long term, right? I presume you're interested in long term business growth. Yeah. Okay. So this is the media buying strategy, no matter what platform we're on, whether it's TikTok or Meta or Google's a little bit. Okay, let me touch on Google first, and I'll talk you through how we actually scale ads, okay? Google is great because Google gives you a very, very high return ad spend, but there's always a ceiling, and you don't know what that ceiling is until you hit it, okay? Google's algorithm is called the PMax, Performance Max, right? It takes 3 months to kick in. So you set up your campaigns correctly, you let them run, and you have to wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You have to wait for month 4 before looking at it and being like, okay, there's good data here, or like it's really good or it's not. Okay. Now, what's the average?
What's the average spend for Google with PMax? I've never ever done it.
Yeah. So PMax needs those 3 months to kick in, and the minimal ad spend I've ever seen work for that is $500 a month USD.
Okay. Nice.
So if you're spending $500 a month on Google, month 1, month 2, month 3, you're profitable month 1. It's just not as profitable as month 4. Okay. Month 4 is when everything's stable and you can actually look at it and make decisions. Okay.
Right.
So on Google, you can get 10x, 15x. I wouldn't bat an eye if you told me that's what you're getting on Google, right? That's just expected. But there's always a ceiling. So again, let's say you're getting 10x on Google. So we do $500 in, and on Google times 10, you get $5,000 out. Great. Okay? Month 2, you're like, okay, it's up at 600. Put 600 in, you get 6,000 out. Okay, you're like, great. Month 3, it's up to 700. 700 in, $7,000 out. You're like, awesome. Let's up it to 1,000. 1,000 in, and still the same 7,000 out. Okay? So that's your ceiling. That's what you hit. You can't get past it because it's based on keyword search volume, and that doesn't change except with like huge global trends, right? So it is what it is, but it's always just this consistent and very, very highly additional highly profitable revenue stream into your business month after month after month that you can just really rely on. Make sense? So that's what Google is. Okay. Now, in terms of media buying, the same strategy applies on Meta, I hate Meta, on Facebook and on TikTok. Okay. Goes like this. And if you listen to me talk about this, you can also implement it yourself while you're doing the Facebook ads, while we do the TikTok for you, for example. Okay. So how it works like this: you have your break-even return ad spend, whatever it might be. But let's just say for the sake of this example, it's 1.5. Okay. So 1.5 is your break-even. When you're starting on a fresh ad account, there's ads fall into 2 basic buckets, right? There's your testing bucket and there's your winners bucket. So when you're starting
Yep.
on a fresh account, all the ads go into the testing bucket because you have no winners yet, right?
Yep. Yep.
The way we set up our systems, how we make the ads, how we create the whole funnel, how we do the emails, like everything, gives you the highest chance of success as quickly as possible, but it still requires testing, okay?
Yep.
So just statistically, it's more likely to find ads that are right around here about your break even than it is to find ads that are significantly higher, right? Because these
Yep.
ones are just rarer, right?
Yep.
So statistically, this is kind of worst case scenario, but this is what proper expectations are. I'm going to set them for you,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Is like this. Let's say 1.5 is your break even, and we launch our
Yep.
ads. And the first couple ads we get are like 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, whatever, somewhere around there. Okay. Let's take those 1.8 ads and scale it to $5,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah.
Not huge profits, right? $1 in, 30 cents
Yeah.
profit out, but every
Yeah.
single day you're still profitable. What that
Yeah.
does is it buys you time for more testing. Okay.
Yeah.
So as we do more testing, we find higher and higher winners because again, just more time passes, right? And more ad spend has gone into this, so higher and higher winners. So next level of scale, say we have ads at 2.5. Okay, great. Take those, scale to $10,000 a month. Okay, so now you have 10,000 2.5, which means $1 in, $1 profit out. 5,000 at 1.8, $1 in, 30 cents profit out. Okay, great. Every single day you're profitable. You do more testing, keep testing, keep testing, keep testing. Let's say the next batch of winners are around 5x. Okay. Take those then, scale those to $30,000 a month or $50,000 a month, whatever you want, right? And then you have, let's say we did 30. You have 30,000 at 5x, right? You have 10,000 2.5x, and you have 5,000 at 1.8x, okay? And at this stage, you can even get rid of this 5,000 because it's a low performer, you don't need it, and you're just making more money off these ones, okay? Now, this is simplified, but over time, this is what this looks like, okay? When you're running these 5x return ad spend ads, never stop testing. Okay, you always have to keep testing because on Facebook and like on these ad platforms, Facebook and TikTok is very short-lived, right? So ads only last 3-4 weeks. On Facebook, you have like the luxury of ads lasting a lot longer and giving the impression of like solid business foundations, whereas eventually they're still going to die. Okay.
Yeah.
So Facebook forces you to adapt every single month, like every 3-4 weeks, and that's good because then you're in control of your business. Facebook allows you to get really lazy because as they're performing, they can perform for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 2 years even, but then eventually they start dying. And when they die, you're like, oh, what the hell is going on? Why is my business falling apart? Right? Because you weren't doing the testing. Because there's always a lag time from starting testing to actually finding big enough winners to add new revenue streams for your business. Okay?
Yeah.
Just like there's a lag time for stopping testing, right, until all the ads that you got ended up dying, right? So as you're scaling your company, just so you know, if you want consistent year-over-year growth, commit at least 20% of your monthly budget to testing. And think of that as research and development, like literally R&D. You're not expecting a return, right? If you get one, great. If it's break even, even better. Like if you lose money, you don't care. All you care about is what's the return on my 80% of winners? Because if you're committing 20% of your budget to testing always, right, you're always finding and plucking bigger and bigger winners from here and dropping them into this bucket of winners. And this return ad spend goes up month over month over month over month. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So realistically, that's a proper media buying strategy. Okay. That's what you should do on Facebook when you're running your ads. That's what we would do if we were running your Facebook ads. That's exactly what we would do with your TikTok ads. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the way, obviously, like I said, TikTok has that asterisk attached to it, and ads don't last very long. But we have that underlying ad structure, and that underlying ad structure is what gives those different kind of return ad spends. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So what do you charge?
Pardon me?
What do you charge?
Oh, like our fees?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. I'll go like this. I will give you our standard tiers. Okay, just so you know what I'm usually working with and what I kind of usually expect. Okay, then we talk about you because I think you won't be able to afford the higher tiers, right? But we can grow your business to a level where it does make sense for you to pay us that, and then we can do the full build and all of everything. Okay, so standard goes like this: if you're a brand over $100,000 a month, we charge $10,000 monthly plus 10% of all revenue that we bring in.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're between 50 and 100, we charge 7.5 plus 15%.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're under 50K, we do a flat $5,000. I used to take a percentage. Now I don't because I would rather companies put that money back into ad spend and scale past 100K faster, and then we get our 10%. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, let me explain why it's like that and what all that means to you. Okay. Remember how I said we have one team working on every single client account? Okay.
Yeah.
So the retainer is literally my flow through cost to pay my team to deliver the amount of work needed for people at each of those levels. Okay. So someone doing 100K a month needs a lot more stuff done than someone doing 30K a month, for example. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why the retainer is like that. Where we
Yeah.
make money as an agency is on that 10 to 15% rev share that we get after
Yeah.
we've grown and scaled a brand successfully, right? So, for
Yeah.
example, if we were to work together and we've grown you, scaled you 30K, you said 20K USD at the start, and then you get more inventory, scale to 50K, right? And we're going up to 100K, and then we just literally, we sit down, we're like, hey, that's what we wanted to get you to. Does it make sense for you to pay us that? No? Okay, what makes sense? Do you want to keep working with us? Yes? Okay, great. Let's work something out long term, right? It's all like that. But once we've made money together, it's an easy conversation to have. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Carry on.
I was going to say that's for the full build. That's to do everything, right? So
Yeah.
all the ads, all the UGC content, the entire website, all the landing pages, all the static image ads. We have to, if we're doing Facebook, we're running static image ads as well, right?
Yep. Yep.
Proper funnels, emails, post-purchase upsells, all conversion optimization, like just everything, right? This is the
Yep.
full
Yep.
build. When we do the full build, we can guarantee all results, okay? Because we're in control
Yep.
of everything. You're giving us a very lucrative product or brand to work with because you have high profits, high quality stuff, and people love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the synergy between us and clients in that they offer us very good products and we offer them very good marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay, give me your thoughts on that first of all, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking if you want to work with us.
Yeah, good. I mean, obviously, do you have testimonials from other brands?
There's some on the website, boomandcreators.com. It's always like this. Like, if you want to talk to another brand, that's fine by me, except I only do that for people who committed to us a little bit and given like a deposit and then are serious about signing.
Yeah.
Because I used to when I was starting out, and anyone who ever asked was always like, oh, they took, like, we're in the business of making our clients money, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was always like, hey, can you talk this? And they did, and then nothing ever happened. So someone who's kind of on
Yeah.
the fence like that, it's like, right? Like, if you give a deposit and you're actually seriously in, and then the only thing
Yeah.
that'll push you over the edge, like talking to a client, yes, I'll ask a client to talk to you, right? If it's before that stage, you're not even considering that, it's like, I don't, 'cause I just don't want to waste their time.
Yeah, no worries. And what's your minimum time? How many months? What have you got a lock-in phase?
Yeah, we do. All the initial engagements are 4 months long because I just need 4 months to make everything work. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is when I say this, I'm thinking about like we have access to all the ad platforms, we're running everything for you, and we just take over all the marketing channels for your brand. The only thing
Yeah.
you do is order, film, and customer service, right?
And yep. And what was the other one I was going to ask you? So, what would be your deal for me?
Okay.
Since I'm so tiny.
I'm thinking like this. Do you have existing assets that you're running and existing videos, or do you need everything filmed first?
No, I've got existing assets, and I've got assets I haven't even tested yet.
Okay.
And yeah.
Is there a significant amount? Can you get more? If we give you storyboards, do you have people there who can create for you? Can you maybe create?
Yep.
Okay. Because one of the largest costs is the UGC creators. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we take that out, and this is kind of the minimal viable offer that I can offer somebody, and I'm like still confident we'll make money together. Okay. Because for me, this is the initial spark that'll get you to a level where you can pay the full team, like the entire cost.
Yeah.
We do everything needed to then really scale you to the next level. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's literally like this. We would do the media buying on TikTok. Okay. We would tell you how to optimize your website, but we wouldn't do it ourselves. Okay. We just tell you do this, do this, do this. We would do the storyboards for the ads that we want, but you would be responsible for filming. Okay. You, your creators, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So this would be media buying on TikTok. If you want, we can also do media buying on TikTok, or we can help you with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Google will be included because Google is just a quick setup, and that's like you'll make more than what you're paying us off Google on by month 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So literally, it's we do the custom avatar research, we do the storyboards for you. You get us that content and that footage, and we run ads properly on TikTok. Or if you want us to do Meta, we can do Meta as well. And it's one or the other plus Google.
Okay.
So for that, I can do that for $2,000 a month.
And what's your ad spend that you suggest?
To do really good testing, 1,000 a month. If you're tight,
Right.
we can do 500-ish, but it just delays things.
And that's for Google and 1,000 for TikTok.
That would be just for TikTok. If we want to add Google in, we can set up the campaigns for you, and then you can just hit
right
where you have 500.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because on Google, you need a minimum of 500, and it's got to be month 1, month 2, month 3, and month 4 before you see what it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can just prepare those for you, and whenever you're ready to put that ad spend in, you just turn them on, right?
Right. Okay. So you would do the media buy for TikTok. You'd make up the storyboards, but we create the creatives, and you would actually. Yeah, so you'd run the TikTok ad. So it's just those two, and you do it's $2,000 a month, and it's minimum 4 months.
Yep.
Okay, and what is this just for a certain country, or where would you sit with it?
Well, that's no. We want to target as much as you can. So you said Australia and New Zealand. That's where you have inventory. So we'll do Australia and New Zealand.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, and what's your minimum? What's your deposit?
Usually I do $500. If you want to do something smaller, I can do something smaller. It just drafts the contract for you. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So we can you tell me. Let me get your information first, right? And then you tell me what number you want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. So.
So I can look at the contract obviously first.
Yeah, what happens is this deposit drafts the contract, and I'll say, I'll do a screen share. I'll show you. It'll say initial refundable deposit. Okay, and you can do something. You can be like, hey, I want $5. Like, whatever. Draft the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the contract will be drafted. I'll send it over to you, and then once you sign it, you'll get the remainder of the first month invoice. You can pay that honestly if you want after your onboarding call. So you meet the team. Phil, my business partner Phil. So you see this is a real thing, and then after we've started, you can pay the first month. Make sense?
Yeah.
Just to see you're safer. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get your, what is your billing address, please?